Hello, everyone. News Channel 3, Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson here with a Facebook Live update on a Thursday evening. I've had a few nights off, so it's hard for me to remember exactly what today is. Hope everybody's had a good week so far. I have, because I had a few days off. I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, so I'll take it. And so on this Thursday night, though, how about that? I got to tell you, I highly recommend, if you can take the first 3 days of the week or work week off, and then, and get away with it, then look at that. You come back to work and it's Thursday and you're like, what do you know? It's already Friday. So again, I hope everybody's had a good week so far. I was able to get some of my leaves up finally, not some of them up, pretty much all of them up. So that's good. And so now we move on and we're getting close to another weekend. And by the way, not just another weekend, a weekend where we have holiday parades, right? Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Grand Rapids. And so it's time to get in the spirit of the season. Chris, hello to you in Coopersville. Thank you so much for the welcome back. K&M, hello to you. It's good to be back in the saddle here on a Thursday night. And you know how happy I am on a Thursday night because we're knocking on Friday's door. So here we go. Starting off with a live look there at downtown Kalamazoo. Let me squeeze this back. There we go. So we can look at the pictures. That's what we want to see. And notice a couple of things here from our Peregrine Tower view looking to the north. One is that you can see the red and green lights there on the Fifth Third Bank building. So obviously getting us in the festive spirit. And then if you look in the distance, you notice that it looks hazy out there. That's because we still have a lot of dampness as the air is really damp. And some drier air starts to move in tomorrow afternoon on a northwest wind. But that's not going to be until tomorrow afternoon. And that's when we'll start to work on eroding the cloud cover. But it's quite a process. And so we're going to start with cloudy conditions tomorrow morning. It's going to be maybe even some fog out there. We got some fog going on now. I'll show you in a moment. And then in the afternoon, though, as a northwest wind starts to bring in some drier air, we'll eventually start to see those clouds giving way. And I do think before sunset that we'll start to see some sunshine. But it's always dicey. I'm trying to time the clearing in a situation like this. Carla, thank you very much. Hey, and good to hear that Colin did a nice job. I appreciate that. Colin's a good guy. So happy that he's part of our team, for sure. Oh, wow. Awesome. That is great. That is great news for you. K&M. That is awesome news. Glad to hear that. We're very thankful. And thank you for sharing with us, too. We appreciate that. Jerry, hello to you in Benton Harbor, chilling for sure. Philip, foggy in Vicksburg. You got that right. Joanne, hello. How are you? Let's get right to the bus stop forecast and we'll move on here. Off to school in the morning with temperatures about where they are right now. Lower to middle 40s, which for this time of year is certainly not cold. Typically this time of year, we're down around the freezing mark, upper 20s, low 30s. So 43 degrees is warmer. But again, it's going to be that gray, damp feeling that we have out there. Gwen, hello to you. Jeanette, thanks for the welcome back. Joanne, hello to you. Thanks for checking in. And Jerry, I appreciate that very much. It's good to be back. Coming home, it will be a little bit warmer. And I do think that we're going to have some breaks in the clouds for the afternoon. So looking for a high of 50. And like I said, and boy, I can't say this enough, trying to time when the breaks, when these clouds, when this low deck of clouds and this very serious moisture, if you will, is going to break up is a little bit difficult to do. But I can tell you this on a forecast model that I'm looking at here, right? This is going to be the GFS that I'm looking at here. I'm not looking at the NAM or the Euro. But we'll say on the GFS here, we go from a temperature at 8 in the morning in the low 40s with a dew point of about 40. Remember, the closer the air temp and the dew point together, the higher the relative humidity. So we go from about 42 over 40, let's say, to about 49 over 36 by mid-afternoon, early to mid-afternoon. As the spread widens between the temperature and the dew point, that's a sign of that drier air that's starting to move in. And that's when we'll start to see that cloud cover erode. Joanne, foggy driving back from Lawton. I bet cleaning your glasses didn't help. No, it's fog. Janet, thank you. And Vicky, hello to you. Thank you so much. Sam, That's very kind, Sim, I guess. Shannon Joe, hey, good to see you too. Thank you so much. You're very kind. I appreciate that. And Mikey, happy Thursday. I missed you on Taco Tuesday because I was off. All right, so that's our school day forecast there. I do think late in the day we'll start to see some sun. Right now, we're dealing with some visibility issues. How about Coldwater at a mile? How about Sturgis in only half mile? Less than 2 miles in Kalamazoo, at 2 in Marshall, 2.5 GR, 2 in Ionia. So it's not everywhere. Some folks doing all right. Lakeshore, doing all right. Charlotte, Battle Creek, doing all right. Not as much in GR, Ionia, Kalamazoo, Marshall, Coldwater, certainly Sturgis at a half mile. Richard, thanks so much for checking in from the Keystone State, 39 there and very cold. We're actually a little warmer here. We got about 43-ish right here. Ron's in Charleston, South Carolina, 74 and sunny all week. Don't rub it in, buddy, but enjoy it. That's awesome, Ron. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate that. Judy, hello to you. Checking in from Bronson. Well, here's a look. Oh, that was supposed to be Vicksburg. I forgot to change the camera. Well, hello, Coldwater. Forget the banner. That's the Four Corners in Coldwater. And you Coldwaterians know what we're looking at there. And by the way, look at that. Big old Santa is up. That's a sure sign of the holiday season. Big old Santa up in Kalamazoo, too, with the Candy Cane Lane in Bronson Park. Let's get ready for the Christmas holiday season. This is the view downtown live at the Four Corners in Coldwater. This is obviously not Vicksburg. The temperature right now in Coldwater, 43. Look at all the low to mid 40s. You know, we have a pretty narrow temperature range, north, south, east, west, as you check out all the readings. And, you know, little, if any, wind, not much wind. You know, that sort of low overcast. It's really conducive to a pretty uniform temperature across the region. It doesn't always happen this way, but it is right now. And so there's not much variation, north, south, east, west, in the temperatures. Nathan, hello to you in Sturgis. Thanks so much. Jesse in the Berg, back from Florida. Raining the last day. Well, it was still Florida, right? Martin, hello to you. Thanks for checking in from BC. Nathan, hello. Linda, Battle Creek in the house. Represent the Cereal City. This one actually is going to be a bit short, believe it or not. Here's a look at the radar and satellite together. Hey, sunny, warm, and very dry Florida. Hello to my big sister who's enjoying the warmth down there and who thinks that like 50 degrees is when water freezes. Not really, but you might think that way. Good to see you, Sharon. Thank you so much. I hope all is well there. All is well here. Lee, hello to you. Hey, thanks for checking in. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. This is our neighborhood view here. We call it that. It's the radar and satellite together. Notice we got some snow in Ontario. Ashley, hello to you in Three Rivers. Richard, it feels different in Pennsylvania than in Michigan. That could be the dew point right now. I don't know what the dew point is where you are right now. But you see some showers, a little bit of wet stuff going on right now up in the UP and across the bridge there in Mackinac and at the Sioux as well. And then it turns to snow as it hits that colder air up in Ontario. But this system, the heart of it is where that precipitation is. And that's going to keep sliding off to the east, moving through Canada. And as it does, drier air is going to come in behind it. And so that's why we're looking at a drier trend coming in tomorrow. It's going to take a little while, but it will eventually erode those clouds. So that's good. Antho, hello to you. Want a white Thanksgiving? It might be in the cards for you, buddy. I'm not one of the ones who are calling for that already and jumping up and down so that I can get clicks. Jesse, oh, hello. No, he says, heck no. Thank you so much, Mikey. I appreciate that. And let me show you why. Let's move off from this. Let's get to that 7-day. So here's the deal. Here's what we got going on tomorrow. Our skies will be slowly clearing and underlined slowly. In the morning, cloudy, still gloomy, kind of damp, mid-40s, one big blah. In the afternoon, winds shift. We start to feel a northwest wind. Typically, that means some cooler air, but the sunshine is going to counterbalance some of that, I believe, late in the day. But it's going to take a little while before we get any of that sun. And I got to tell you, 50 might be a stretch. I think it might be more like 48, but I'm going to be optimistic and leave it at 50. They feel very similar, I'm sure. Thanks again, Mikey. I appreciate that. Lily, hello to you. Happy Friday Eve. We're almost there. You're right. And thank you for checking in from BC. Saturday, we'll see some sunshine. Look at that morning low on Saturday. That is not a typo. We're talking about getting down to 25. And then Sunday, we got lots of sunshine with a high in the low 50s. We'll keep some of that sun going on Monday, but clouds start to move in later in the day. Now, action begins just before Thanksgiving. Look at that. I got the big old turkey on Thursday, just in case you forgot about it. Don't forget to thaw it. So Tuesday, rain is likely. I think we'll see some showers Wednesday, and a pretty big push of cold air is coming in here for Thursday. This is where it gets a little iffy. If you were watching me at 6 o'clock tonight, you remember that I said to Andy and Jessica, I'm pretty confident, confidence is high that it's going to be getting cold on Thanksgiving Day. The confidence is not as high on whether we'll see some lake effect snow, but I think we could see some. And the confidence is extremely low on whether we would see any accumulation out of it. I can tell you right now what we're looking at for Thanksgiving Day, subject to change. This is 7 days out, so I think it's fair to start giving it a little attention. But, you know, we want it to get to 6 days looking the same, 5 days, 4 days. Why? Because remember what we say here, consistency over time equals confidence. So we'll see if this is the situation tomorrow. But right now, Thanksgiving Day is looking breezy, occasionally windy with a west wind that could gust 25 to 30. That's going to be bringing in colder air with a high only in the mid-30s. And that air mass would be cold enough to trigger a few lake effect snow showers. Now, there's some things working against it. Typically, lake effect does not like a lot of wind, especially in the vertical, because that shears off those cloud tops. It shears out that precipitation. And as a result, we don't see a lot. So that's why it's not a given yet. I do think it's cold enough for us to see a few flurries, maybe a snow shower or two on Thanksgiving Day. Whether it will be enough to make it a white Thanksgiving, let's wait and see. That's all we know for now. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Oh, no. Jesse, tell Harper. Shame on him. Joanne, looks good for Saturday. Yes. Going shopping with daughter number 2. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Saturday looks great. It's going to be chilly, as you see on the temps. So, make sure you have a couple of layers on. But it's going to be nice. Any day with sunshine this time of year is all right with me. Chris, the cloudy, cool, and damp day today was nice to have around. You like that? Okay, cool. Fireplace and snuggles. For sure, it's going to be cold. Or colder. Listen, in the middle of January, we're going to say, look how warm it is. It's going to be 44, right? It's all in perspective. Mikey, thanks for that. And I appreciate it very much. All right, everybody. So I'm going to skate on out of here. We're going to keep an eye on that Thanksgiving Day forecast. Right now, that's the way it's looking. Cold, maybe some lake effect snow, and a bit on the windy side. I would say it doesn't favor, right now, I would say it doesn't really favor accumes. But, it's 7 days out. It's a long way out to make such a call. What I do think is safer is to say it's going to get colder here on Thanksgiving Day. And it's going to be windy. It's going to stay cold on Black Friday. It'll be colder on Black Friday. Lows in the 20s, highs in the mid to upper 20s, highs in the low 30s. Maybe a little lake effect on Black Friday. Still a little hard to say. That's 8 days out. Don't want to go there right now. We have plenty of time for that, right? Joanne, thank you for the thanks. Appreciate that. Thank you for that. That's very kind. Ron, no Thanksgiving. Got to travel. Well, look, what we're looking at now, especially now, if you're going up north, we have to talk something different. If you're going up to the northern lower, or if you're talking about the UP. But, that's always different this time of year, right? But if you're staying in our environs, or certainly if you're staying at our latitude-ish, if you will, or going south, I think you're going to be okay. But we'll work on that. We'll try to give you a little more definition on that as we get closer. Thanks for the thanks there, Chris and Shinijo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, everybody. I'm going to be skating on out of here. What do I got on the clock? I got 9:29 on the clock. Thank you, Lily. That means I'll be live in 31 minutes on ARC West Michigan. Live in an hour 31 on the Mothership News Channel 3. It's an hour 30 now because it's 9:30. Jan and Bill, thank you so much. Thanks for the thanks. And Ron, appreciate that. So I'll see you at 10 or at 11. And if not, don't forget, I'm on Facebook, WWMT's Keith Thompson, on YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and X, at Weatherman Keith. The @ symbol and Weatherman Keith, all lowercase, all one word. Jeff Porter, my good buddy, is going to be here in the morning, 4:30 to 9, with live fog updates, weather updates, best look at timing for any kind of afternoon sunshine, and update on the weekend outlook. That's must-see TV. That's Jeff, 4:30 to 9 a.m. He's got you again at noon. And I'll be back here tomorrow evening at 5:30, and 6 o'clock. Thank you, Shinijo. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. All right, everybody, I'm going to go. Hey, we made it to Friday. Well, I sort of cheated because I was off for the first 3 days. But I'm right there with you now. It's like I joined the baseball game in the 8th inning. I'm saying I've been here the whole time, even though I wasn't. But we made it to Friday. Listen, take your time tomorrow. Could be some foggy spots. You know what I mean. Just take your time and don't be impatient. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some patience, too. And I'll catch up with you again soon. Thanks so much, everybody, for the thoughts and the prayers and also the good wishes for letting me know where you are. And we'll chat again soon. And in the meantime, have a good night and a safe day on your Friday.